Good morning, D Squad family. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Guys, I know it's been a while since I actually came on and just like vibrantly. I know the last few days have been trying, going through with my daughter getting sick and having to have surgery and us having to go to San Antonio and all of these things, but I'm back home. And guys, I want you to know that through what we went through in this last week or two have been some trying times. I mean, trying times. But even in those trying times, I learned some stuff. I mean, I knew, but I learned. You can never learn enough. Let's just say that. And I'm riding, so I'm headed to therapy, guys. Back to therapy I go. I'm very much need this therapy. The sun is shining. Yeah, let me switch over. But anyway, I just wanted to say, guys, that through the midst of me going to, in the midst of all of this that has happened, God has been speaking to my spirit. And He has been speaking to me about process, And many people may say, what do you mean by process? When you're walking with God and you're a child of God, there are processes that you are going to go through. And the process that you go through are that's what makes you. And many times the process can hurt. But it all depends on actually how you go through it. Your process is always going to depend on how you go through it. It's how it's going to affect your life. And that's for real, D Squad. Many of you guys know that I am a Christian. I am a child of God. And these things are to be expected in our life. This is how we grow as His children. This is how we know that He is real in our life. This is how we know that He is with us, excuse me for a minute. This is how we know that God is with us. And in the midst of my trial of some of the things I went through this last couple of weeks have been very, very tough. I didn't know how I was going to make it. I didn't know where finances was going to come from, if we were going to run out, where we were going to stay. All these things came through my mind. These are the things that I was going through in the midst of the things that happened. But God showed up and He showed out and He did what needed to be done to make sure His child and His children were good. God blowed my mind as He does, all the time, especially when He wakes me up in the morning and He does what He do because He's a good father. And I know y'all have heard that song, You're a Good, Good Father. Maybe some of you haven't heard it, but God is truly that. He is all of that and then some. But God has really, really been good in my life, through the good, through the bad, through the sad, through the hard. God has always been there for me, and I just thank Him. I thank Him, D Squad. And I just sit back and I realize how far I've come, because there was a time when I didn't trust God. There was a time when I would say things, but I would never really hold to it. I would never stick to it. I was just like, I guess, nonchalant, you hear about it, you talk about faith, but let me tell you something. You could talk about faith, but the thing is, you got to really walk it out. You got to really live by faith when it comes to God. So going through the process, God been speaking to me about process, and that will be at our next Walk by Faith Ministries meeting, breakfast. And process, and I thought that was the word that God wanted us to have for the meeting, but the process, God talking to me. God tells me to go through the process. Don't try to get out of it prematurely. In other words, don't try to come out your trials early. God, give me out. No, go through your trials. Go through your circumstances. Do like James 1 says, and count it all joy. When you go through those things, just count it all joy, because it gives God a chance to move. It gives God a chance to show you His glory. It gives God a chance to show you His love. But it also gives you a chance to know that you can trust God. No matter what it looks like, no matter what it seems like, you can trust Him. I mean, He just truly just blows my mind. He does. I mean, there's no greater love than the love that God has for us. No greater love. And I just wanted I wanted to encourage you, D Squad, you that may be going through something. Just trust Him, trust God. Trust Him through the process, the process. And then I can't wait. I'm going to talk more to you about this, because a lot of y'all are going through and a lot of you want to get out of it, but no, stay in it. Stay in it until God brings you out. But while you're in your process, continue to seek the face of God. Get in His word, read His word, pray, talk to Him. If you got to cry out to Him, but let Him know what you're going through. Just like I'm talking to you, talk to God just like that. Be honest with yourself and be honest with God, because he knows everything anyway. So anyway, D Squad, I love you guys. And I'll put my coffee down. And I just want you guys to just be encouraged on today. I thank God for all the new subscribers. I thank you. You're no longer subscribers. You are now part of the D Squad family. So we call you family members here. So anyway, guys, I'm going to go ahead and get into therapy. But I just wanted to give y'all this motivation this morning and just tell you that through the process, and now we'll talk more about it. But just hold on to God's unchanging hand, because he's going to hold on to yours. So just hold on. But I love you guys, and we're going to go ahead and wind this kiss up like we do. So we're going to wind it up. I say now wind it up. Here's your kiss, D Squad family. All right, guys.